Hello, my Yarny family. How are you? I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. It is Wednesday, July 6th. And right now it is 7:56 a.m. morning. Hope you're all doing well. Is somebody here? Thought I saw somebody come in. Is there anything you would like to know? I made these earrings yesterday when I made the stitch markers. And this is a top that I made from a pattern by Rose Cottage Studio. The bottom has the same design, decorative edging as the top up here. And other than that, it's all half double crochets. I love it. It fits me very well. Hola, Joe. How are you, Andrea? It's so good to see you. You don't have to stay the whole time. I'm just happy you're in here. Ruby. Hi, Ruby. How are you? I consider my subscribers and others who come in here my Yarny family. So I know Ola Joe's got a channel. Do you have a channel, Ruby? If you don't, that's fine. I just started mine a month ago. I started it out because I won a grand prize in the Pups and Crochet Pod Collab. So I will share you out. Thank you, and Andrea. You say Andrea. Thank you, Ruby. I'm pretty proud of the way this came out. I used Red Heart Unforgettable yarn for this top. And I'm in the process of making this same top with other yarns. There are some pictures. Okay. I don't know how to put pictures on my YouTube page, my channel page. I thought I would need to get my community tab first. Thank you so much. So what are you all doing? My top priority, if you've seen my last video, oh, Carol's Crazy Crochet and More is here. Welcome. Welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Your only friends? Oh, your grandson did yours. I don't have grandkids yet, and my kids live far, so they can't come here. So I've got nobody to help me with this, really. But I will check out your channel, Ruby, or your page. So, Carol, how are you? What are you working on, everybody, and what's in your cup? I've got coffee this morning. I don't drink coffee every day, but I am this morning. I was on, I do impromptu lives because I don't know how to schedule a live. So, and tomorrow morning at 10:30, I'm on with, gonna be on Just Another Stitch. She's gonna have me as her guest speaker. I don't really like the way I sound, but. Oh, hi Karen, how are you? I'm working on making yarn, plying day to day. Also making knit mosaic socks. Cacao in my cup. Well, I don't make yarn. I don't ply it, so I don't understand how that process works. But it's awesome that you're knitting mosaic socks. I'm not very good at knitting, but I can do some. Yes, Ruby, there is a tutorial for my top. It's on Doris Rose Cottage Studio. She decided to stop her channel. I guess she had family issues, medical issues going on. Family emergency, she said. So she was ending her channel, but her channel, as far as I know, is still up. So you can go through and find this top in her uh, YouTube channel, because she didn't close it. She just walked away from it. For now, anyway. I'm glad you're doing really well, Carol. You're working on your Ola Joe and Granny D's Cal shrug. And you've got coffee in your cup. Well, cool. I haven't seen the shrug. Maybe I have. I'm sure I have. I just figured I have too much going on right now. I've got 3 more of these going, and another one from, what's her name? I should know this. The Crafty Yarn Owl with Darla, her latest one. I think it's her latest. She puts out a lot of tops. But it's worked from the top down. So I started that one. And then I've got my Afghan going. And there are other things that I want to make. I want to make more amigurumis. And we're having company this weekend. My son and his wife are coming from out of town. Oh, Carol, thank you so much for you love my hair. I combed it. That's about all I did. I put on a little makeup before going live. Yesterday's live, I didn't wear any makeup. So, Carol, that's awesome. Send us pics of your, if you can or would like to share. So, what kind of pics are we talking about, Ola Joe? You'll share me out. Love your top. There are some pics. I'm going to go check that out, Ruby, after the live. Carol says, Michelle, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello, my only friends. And your grandson did yours. And we talked about KB fibers, making yarn, which is pretty awesome. I haven't gotten there yet. I don't think I ever will. I'll just buy my yarn. I think. Carol, there is a tutorial for my top, like Doris at Rose Cottage Studio decided she's got too much going on around in her life right now, so she's walking away from her YouTube channel. But last I saw, it was still up, so you can get the tutorial on it. This is my favorite crochet top, I think, for the summertime, especially sleeveless so far. Of course, Crafty Yarn Owl is the one that gave me the guts to make wearables other than shawls, hats, scarves, mittens, gloves, that type of thing. But so following her pattern was the first time I'd ever made a top. So I'm pretty excited about that. So doing this was a little challenge, but it wasn't bad. Okay. Good morning, my yarny friends. Oh, yarny friends. Oh, and it put only friends. Okay. Oh, yeah, autocorrect messes up so many times. Oh boy, Carol, that's awesome. Send us pics if you can or would like to share. I would like to see what you make. I'm gonna have to go check out that shrug again. Is it on your channel, Ola or Andrea? Can we see the rest of the top, please? Yes. The bottom has the same design as the top up here. And Doris said that too. That's the way she did hers. So I just copied her because I'm about the same size as her. Wear extra large. Trying to lose weight. It's not working very well. I have a sluggish thyroid. Okay, so I know I don't go live every day. Tomorrow I won't be going live by myself like this. I'll be doing a live with Just Another Stitch, Connie. She's gonna have me on as a guest speaker tomorrow. I definitely send pictures. This is my second time to make it. First one was way too big, but I love it. Awesome. You put out your Hobby Lobby haul video yesterday, Carol. That's awesome. I hope to go check it out. All right. I used Red Heart Unforgettable in the color Pearly for this top. I don't have any of my makes near me or projects going on. And I don't want to leave the camera, and I don't want to make you sick by walking around with the computer. So, so what are you all working on? I know KB Fibers is making yarn, and Carol is working on the the shrug from Ola Joe and Granny D. I guess they're making it and you're following along. So yeah, it took me a little more than 3 balls to make this top. So about 3.5 balls, give or take. I rolled up what's left, and it's about that big around between my thumb and my forefingers. And I made these earrings yesterday with well, I bought a jewelry making kit to make stitch markers, and I figured I used pretty much the same pattern, used the same shaft, the long one, to make them, and then I just add a different top to I use the lobster clasp for the stitch markers, and I've got these fish hook types for the earrings. So tomorrow's going to be a busy day. I have to go for lab work in the morning for my yearly checkup. And then I have the live with Connie at 10:30. And then, well, we've got company coming, so I got to clean house. My husband and I cleaned the whole downstairs yesterday. That's where our guest bedroom is. I tried making stitch mark. Oh, Ola Joe says, Carol, thank you for participating. I have a call, gotta go. Okay, thank you for coming in, Andrea. I appreciate it so much. Carol says, I tried making stitch markers. I get tremors in my hands, and so I just couldn't do it. Well, I have that problem too. I have nerve damage from an accident I was in a long time ago. My right hand shakes more than my left. The odd thing is, I learned how to crochet right-handed, even though I'm left-handed. So, but my right hand shakes. When I get tired, I limp badly. So I'm big on sleep. I sleep 8 to 9 hours every night. And when I'm tired, I went to bed at 9:30 on the 4th of July. Okay? That just goes to tell you that those fireworks are not going to keep me awake. Salut, comment ça va? Inherited Stitches speaks French. So I thought I would let you know. It's good having you in here. I've told other people previously that I do my lives manually. I don't have a schedule for my lives. I can't schedule lives. You don't? I speak cereal box French. I know a little. That's funny. Okay. I speak Canadian French. Because that's where my ancestry comes from. Well, my father was from Quebec, and my mother was from northern Maine, and she spoke a mixture of French and English. French is on all labels in Canada, so everyone there picks up some vocabulary. So I grasp some greetings, insults, and such. Okay. That's good. At least you know some. So where are you in Canada? Also, I have Quebecois friends over the years, have had. Yes, I have relatives in Quebec. I'm expat. I live in Colorado. Ah, where in Colorado do you live? My kids live in Colorado. Different parts. Near Denver. My daughter is in Golden, and my son is in the Army in Colorado Springs. What do you do while you're crocheting? Maybe I'll listen to music while I'm crocheting or listening to lives, other people's videos. But usually I cannot watch TV while I'm crocheting. Georgetown, Texas. Is that where you live, Carol? And where is Georgetown? I know basic things of Texas, but I think I know where Golden is. Can you tell your son to stop flying helicopters over my neighborhood? My son doesn't fly. He's getting ready to get out. They just trained him to be a trained him in cybersecurity because he's getting out in September. Okay, Karen, KB Fibers is in Southern Ohio. Ruby is in Monroe, North Carolina. That's awesome. And I'm in Kansas, Wichita area, so South Central Kansas. I think I'm more east than central, but you know. Ruby, are you near Granny D? Because Granny D is in North Carolina also. You know, I'm from Connecticut and I don't know much about North Carolina or South Carolina. I've been to Georgia, the western portion of Georgia by Alabama border because my son went to boot camp down there. I can't even remember the name, but it's near Columbia, Georgia, or Columbus, Georgia. Okay. I think it gets pretty hot in North Carolina. Yeah. I think we all feel like we sound funny. Yeah, I've had other people say they hold up. Kansas is next door to me. Yes, it is next door to Colorado. Still takes 500, it's over 500 miles to get to the Denver area, though. Yes, but it is okay now. Oh, I totally talk funny. People IRL asked me if I'm from Minnesota. Aha. They asked me if I'm from Russia. How far is Faith, North Carolina, from Monroe, North Carolina? I'm always Texas accent. I have a Canadian accent. I've often said I want to see Kansas, and people are always like, why? Exactly. People are always like, why? My brother never wanted to come here because there's nothing to see. And so my husband said, except your sister and your niece and nephew, when my kids were little. Good morning, Timmy. How are you? Thank you for your comments that I read last night or this morning. Yeah, my eye is watering again. Must be seasonal allergies, hay fever. So you want to see Kansas? Come on down. We're only next door, so. Yeah, western Kansas looks as bad as eastern Kansas. Dry prairie. But where I'm at, it's more populated. Timmy, you've seen and lived in Kansas? Inherited stitches. Your name is Aaron, right? You're not far from Charlotte. Okay, Monroe is south of Charlotte, and you're not far. Enid. Well, I had the E right. Sorry. Timmy. Well, yeah, we in central and eastern Kansas get more rain than western Kansas. So western Kansas is pretty dry. About like eastern Colorado. Wichita is more populated. Yes, I've lived in Fort Riley, Kansas. That's right, you told me that. Fort Riley is up by Junction City. Only been there once. Went right by Fort Riley. Stopped in Junction City for lunch, and then we went to, my husband and I went to a bed and breakfast kind of along a lake, rented a cabin for a couple nights for our anniversary last year. We've been married 28 years. It'll be 29 in October. Well, Carol, you said your editing was so bad on your Hobby Lobby video, but you're learning as you go. I don't edit because I can't. If I don't like the way it turned out, or I said something I shouldn't have, I erase it and start all over. You had a tornado coming from Junction City towards our house back in the day. Is that how you got your name, Timmy? Twisted Zones? I'm getting lost here. Why are you saying congrats? Oh, on our how long we've been married? It's an adjustment. And you can't insist on your own way. You gotta become one with your spouse. So, and that's what we've done. I use the native video editor on my iPhone, usually if I bother to edit. Well, I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android. Get some 3x5 cards to help with learning, right as you'd understand it, okay? I think you told me that too, Timmy. I'm not very good at editing or learning the technology stuff. Okay. You use a PC, and I wish I knew. I don't know how to use a PC for recording videos, Karen, except for doing lives like I am now. And don't edit. Yep. It's your happy place. Okay. So your iMac, iPhone, iPad are your happy place, Enid. Windows Movie Maker? Got my channel name because I don't think like everyone, and life can be twisted, messed up, but good too. we've all got our own paths to follow, to live. You eat apples? I do too. Okay. Enid says, yeah, I can airdrop to my devices and my kids' iPads and my husband's iPhone. It's convenient. Carol says, thanks, Timmy. I'll try that. I've been watching a lot, a lot of videos and taking notes. I use InShot. I tried looking into InShot, and they say they're only good for iPhones and iPads and Apple products, which I don't have. I'm on my iMac right now, says Enid. Tammy says all in different zones like crafting. I don't understand. Resdi, reading, and etc. Yeah, I'm in Central Time Zone. Inherited Stitches is in Mountain Time Zone. The North Carolina people are in Eastern Time Zone. Carol and Michelle, I used to be a teacher's aide in computers. That is awesome, Timmy. I'm a substitute teacher of all subjects and all grade levels. Yep, you're in Eastern Time. The North Carolina people are in Eastern Time. Wait, I'm trying to twisted zones. Because Inherited Stitches is in Colorado Mountain Time Zone. Zones like zip codes, we all have variables that click with us. Well, I'm from the Eastern Time Zone, Connecticut. We moved to the Mountain Time Zone, Colorado, and then we moved here, Central. And I think we're going to stay here until we retire. At least till my husband retires. New York, aka Eastern Time Zone. Yes. Are you in New York? With the twisted sense of humor. Okay, so you are in New York, and yes, it'll click eventually. I'll end up remembering eventually where you're from, but it may take a while. You need to hook up so you can teach me. I'm so non-technical. Me too, Enid. We need you to give lessons. A long time ago, I had this friend who was from perhaps Louisiana, and she said her grandmother spoke no English, only French. I'm sure they speak a different kind of French than what I know, and from Parisian French. Exactly. Twisted humor and whatnot. So, Inherited Stitches. You know a little bit, and you're Enid. I'll get this eventually. I know a little, but I'll help as much as I can. Okay. So, how do I record videos on my computer? Timmy. Okay. Enid says, is it Cajun? I did some research back in the day because I found it interesting. Apparently, that dialect of French is disappearing. And Carol's Crazy Crochet and More says, both my sets of my grandparents only spoke Spanish. My parents didn't teach any of us kids Spanish. Well, that's kind of sad. Ruby says, I am afraid to do anything on my channel. Timmy says, I can't remember yet, but when I do, I'll let y'all know. Okay, thank you. Enid says, why Ruby? Carol's Crazy Crochet and More says, why Ruby? Inherited Stitches says, Carol, what device do you record on? Twist Timmy says, hell, I lived in Germany and learned German. You know, a lot of times it's where we live. We have to be stuck in the language to really learn it. I don't know what to put there, says Ruby. Timmy says, Ruby, you got this, remember? Hi, Kathy. How are you? Finally caught you live. Yeah, you caught me live, but, I don't plan on being on here an hour and a half like I was yesterday. Okay, Carol says we got harassed in school because we couldn't speak Spanish. Enid says, Ruby, do you do crafts? Show your whips, finished objects, hauls done like dinner. Karen KB Fibers says, I record and go live with Stream Elements. I'll have to look into that. Carol's Crazy Crochet and More says she uses her iPhone. I don't have an iPhone, I have an Android. Okay. And Enid says, I was harassed in school for being half American. I was harassed in elementary school in Canada for being an American because we moved to Quebec to be with near my dad's side of the family for a few years. So I was harassed too. You crochet? Good, Ruby. If you need any help, just ask, because this crochet community is wonderful on YouTube. Okay, Enid says, okay, Carol, use iMovie. Go on YouTube and look up tutorials. iMovie should be on your iPhone. Timmy says, Ruby, listen to Inherited Stitches. Okay, KB Fibers says, OBS is the easiest to use for both lives and recorded videos. OBS. Stream Elements, OBS. I'm going to write that down just a minute. Let's see, I have to scroll up just this minute. Where's I record and go live on Stream Elements. So, Karen, what is OBS? What does it stand for? Ruby, show your tools, your yarn, your stuff, your makes, all that stuff, says Aaron. Timmy says, heck, I'm Native American, but some people treat me as white. I have some Native American in me from way back. KB Fibers says, I find using a cell phone is too small. Timmy says, Ruby, you don't have to show your face either. Carol says, thanks, Enid, I wrote it down. Timmy says, okay, who's Enid again? Twisted Zones. Timmy, Inherited Stitches is Enid. A long time ago, I had this other friend who is Native American, but has a French surname. My ears perked and I said, hey, are you Métis? And yes, she had some Métis heritage. Enid says, I learned about Métis and portaging and all that stuff in elementary school. Aha, Inherited Stitches. And Inherited Stitches says, I am Enid, Timmy. Twisted, so Timmy says, and I do look white too. Huh. I don't know why, but it told me that next message was held for review. I'm almost, okay, I'm 100% Euro trash. I learned that joke from Europeans. Okay. Timmy says, my sweet Enid. OBS is open broadcaster software. Okay. And Enid says, I'm almost 5'9". I have a Dutch friend online, and he says he thinks of me as being short. Wow. I used to be 5'4" when I got married, and I lost some height, probably due to a lot of injuries and stuff. Métis is pronounced Métis. So what does Métis mean? I said Métis because that's the way it looked like it would be pronounced. My maiden name is LeMay, so very French. You look in the phone book up there under LeMay, and it's full of LeMays. It's about as popular as Smith. Métis. I have some vertebrae malfunctioning, so I might shrink a little. Okay, Ruby, I have lots of crochet and crafty people on my channel if you'd like to look around and see. Carol's Crochet and More says, I was recognized in Hobby Lobby by one of my YouTube friends. It was such a great feeling. Now I have a real life yarny friend. She only lives 17 miles away. Ruby says, okay, I will look. I have to look too. And Jimmy says, awesome, Carol. That is awesome. I belong to the Wichita Area Crochet Guild. So we meet once a month. Well, they meet twice a month on the same day. The third Monday of the month in the morning and in the evening. I try to go to both. But during the school year, it may not happen because I'll be working. I only work part-time. I don't work every day. I'm a substitute teacher, so I get to pick and choose when I work. And my exercise classes take precedence over working because of all the injuries I've had as a kid. So now I just work on trying to be as healthy as I can. So what are you all working on? I know what Karen is. And one of you said something about working on the shrug from Ola Joe and Granny D. Summer top, that's what this is. I'm hoping to make some more of this same pattern with other yarns. Arguing with pinheads online. Perhaps I should stop and get myself a cup of hot tea instead. That would be a good idea, Enid. You know, I just watched, what's her name? Tap Mama 57. Her devotional for today. And it's not letting people get you so riled up that it ruins your health. Just let it go. You should be crafting. Well, I should be too, but I decided to go live instead. I try to look at everybody who comes to visit me in my lives to see if I'm subscribed to their channels or to see if they're a content creator. If they have videos, I subscribe. Okay, so Tammy joined Carol's family, which is awesome. My cross stitch is headless, and she is screaming for me to finish her. Well, I gave up cross stitch because my vision is not what it used to be. Enid. Twisted Zone, Timmy says, love you, Carol. Ruby says, what are y'all links? I hope you know what mine is. You may have splurged on spendy crochet hooks. If you need any, let me know. I've got plenty. I bought a kit for my daughter, and she doesn't even crochet yet. She knows how to chain stitch. That's about it. I tried teaching her when she was little. She didn't want to learn because she didn't want to do what her mom does. But now I think she's more into it. She and her fiance come to my lives every now and then when they're in the evening or on weekends. I use Mag Eyes. What is Mag Eyes, Enid? Good morning, Jen. How are you? I was getting so tired last night, I had to go to bed, so I'm sorry I had to leave your live. It's been great fun visiting with everyone. I'm going to take my grandson to the park before it gets too hot. Good luck, Carol. It is 82 degrees here right now. But it's supposed to we're under a heat advisory. So it's supposed to get up to, I think, 97. It may be 100. Probably when they say 97, it normally gets to over 100. Auntie Mama Kitchen. No, I have not heard of that, Timmy. Sorry. How are you, Jen? Okay, Enid says, I got my daughter a tulip, Adamo, and kitchen cotton yarn, and she uses the yarn like string. Cool. Jen says, I sub to a lot of people, so I like to sub to those without content because then I will be there when they do put up videos. Awesome. Enid says she was hanging her stuffed fox off the banister with yarn. I thought that was a bit dark, to be honest. Yeah, I kind of think so too, Enid. Jen says, oh, that's perfectly fine. I appreciate you being there. Oh, for your live. Thank you. I told you I would be, so I was, even though I didn't stay the whole time. Okay, Timmy says, add inherited stitches. Connect with me, please. Enid says, only a high of 87 here today, allegedly. Yep. Okay, I'll search you up, Timmy, says Enid. Hi, Carol and Timmy, says Jen. Timmy says, Granny D. Thompson knows Auntie Mama. I'll write her down. I'll look for it. Jen, you're very tired. What time did your live go until last night? Okay. Woohoo, awesome. said Timmy. Jen put out Timmy's link. And Timmy said, thank you very much, Jen. Inherited Stitches, I already found her, Jen. Jen put Inherited Stitches link. Timmy says, sorry, Jen, if I fell asleep. I had an appointment yesterday. Jen put up Carol's link. 2 a.m. I can't stay up that late. I go to bed early. I went to bed by 8 o'clock last night, I think, or 8:30 my time. So, Ruby, you can connect with me on the link. Enid says, I'm tired too, woke up way too early. Who's I am tired? Whoa, I am tired, says Enid. I love Tuesday nights, but yes, it does go long, but Ivy stays up late all the time. I can't do that. I get up. I'm an early person. My husband gets up early for work. Ruby says, thanks for the links. I'm going to click them and right-click them and save them for looking up later. Even though I might have them all, because I think I'm connected to everyone, except Ruby. Ruby, you're going to have to start a channel. Hi, Samantha. How are you? What are you up to this morning? I'm glad you're doing well, Samantha. I'm going to go get some more coffee. You just woke up. So I got my coffee. How was your live streams, Jen, last night? Jen put out Samantha's link. Enid says, wow, my allergies are so bad. Jen says, good, Samantha. I love our lives. They are so funny. Enid says, my antihistamine is like a Tic Tac. Wow. I try not to take much unless it gets really bad. Right now, I've got one eye watering and one nostril working overtime. So you can say only half of my body has allergies because it's only my left side. This eye, this nostril. I think our lives are a good break from the hectic day. Yep, they are. But I've been online over an hour now, and I think I need to get off here and get some stuff done around the house. I thank you all for being here. I appreciate it very much. I'm sneezing relentlessly, totally congested, eyes watering. This will trigger my asthma. I'm on asthma control medication too. Yeah, you better take care of yourself, Enid. I'll say a prayer for you. All right, I gotta go. I got a phone call. Have a great day, everyone. Hello.